All right, lead heads, welcome back to the Nordic Components Talking Lead podcast. This is episode 163, coming off the great episode we had last week, 162, where we had the guys from VFob and Team Never Quit, Casey and Tom, and we also had our sponsors, Frontier Tactical, Nate, and we had his buddy Kyle. Kyle is their new sales manager, I guess. Kyle, if I get your title wrong, I'm sorry, buddy. But Kyle's awesome. He really knows his stuff, and he's going to really help those guys launch to the next level. But it was a great show, and since then I have become a lifetime member of VFob. And in case you guys missed last week's episode, VFob is an acronym for Veterans Family of Brands. Marcus Luttrell's involved with that. Of course, Casey, Tom, our good buddy Ron Bellin with Reaper Outdoors. Listen to episode 162. You'll get the idea of what it is, but it's a great organization concept that they've come up with where veteran-owned businesses are getting together, or businesses that are very strong, heavy into veteran support. So you don't have to be a veteran to be a part of this organization, which is awesome. You can be a patriot. So I'll go ahead and introduce our guest now. He's anxious to go ahead and start talking.
Sorry.
You guys know I went to the Blade show this year. This is the first time that I'd ever been to that show. But I've always kind of been, knives have been not really a passion like the guns have been, but I've been getting more and more into the knives, and I want to learn more about them. So I'm going to start making that a part of the show. And to kind of kick that off, I've got our good buddy, we met him at Blade Show as well, Matt Williams with South Paw Knots. Welcome in, Matt.
Hey, thanks for having me, Marty. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, dude. Appreciate you taking the time. Fresh off his vacation in Maine. Is that where you went?
Yeah, Maine. We went up the coast.
Very cool.
Much needed time off with the family.
Yeah, nice and refreshed. They sent your ass back and they stayed, right?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Daddy's got to work.
They liked it so much they're still there.
That's right.
Matt has a company. It's called South Paw Knots, and as you might deduct from the name, he's into paracord, and he does a lot of the lanyards that you find on some of the knives. You've seen. A lot of the higher end knives and some of the more popular posts use Matt for their services when they're getting the lanyards put on their knives. And actually, I had mine done. Matt was at the SOE Tactical event. 3 weeks ago? What is it now? I don't know. But
going on 3 weeks.
Yeah,
going on 3 weeks.
Yeah, John put on up there, and Matt was there. And, he was busier than a two-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Yeah, John puts on a good show, good party. He was a great host. You're right. I was slammed the entire night. It was a good time, man. I was very busy. I finally got to meet a lot of people that I've talked to on Facebook and have become friends with on social media.
Yeah.
So that was a great time for me.
But he does an excellent job. He's got all those cool little beads and brass things that you can. What do you call them?
They're lanyard beads.
Just lanyard beads, but they're like cool. They're like helmets, and you had one that was a Hulk skull that was freaking awesome.
I had I've still got that. It was a pewter Hulk skull or a head.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine serrated it like a matte finished lime green. It looks really cool.
Yeah, like the color Hulk's supposed to be. But
yeah,
I want to call dibs on that for my next knife.
You got it.
I wanted to put it on the one. So I got this knife from Mission 22 when I was up at Rock Castle for their Mission 22 charity shoot, and it was made of a railroad tie. This guy he makes knives out of those, and he had inscribed Mission 22 on there. And I wanted to have a special sheath made for it. And while Matt was there, I was like, it'd be cool to get a cool lanyard for it too. So he did a cool little lanyard weave and we ended up going with the, which helmet did we go? The Viking helmet.
I think we went with the Viking.
Yeah, cool looking Viking helmet. It's got the big horn sticking on it and whatnot. And then I gave it to Jeff at Leatherneck Tactical, and Jeff is in the process of making a very cool Kydex sheath for it. So I'm just waiting for him to get it back.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Jeff Blanton's work, man. He does everything from knives and wallets to guns. He does He does all of my.
Oh, he's even got
stuff.
the challenge coin holsters.
Yes, yeah, he came out with that for the SOE party. That was very cool. I missed the boat on those challenge coins. I screwed up on that deal.
I'm sure he'll make more. Those will probably be a very popular item. But,
I hope so.
Yeah, I thought those were really cool too. But yeah, Leatherneck Tactical, another veteran-owned business. Business? Did I just say business?
Business. Well, I'm up near Flint, so we can say business.
It's early. We're recording a lot earlier than we normally do. I've got to get ready to head out of town. By the time you guys hear this, I'll be back from my vacation, but I'm getting ready to head to Daytona, Pepper and I, for a well-deserved R&R. So we'll talk about that. Probably we'll have some stories by the time I get back. But we're recording a lot early, so our minds aren't working just yet, so bear with us.
Right. I'm only 1.5 cups of coffee in so far, so.
There you go. I'm half my protein shake in. I'm hitting the gym after we get done. I usually go early in the morning, so.
Oh, good. I got to do mine before work.
Nordic Components is an American-owned manufacturing company proud to produce quality products right here in the USA. As a company, we continually invest in our manufacturing capabilities to ensure that all of our products are the highest quality and most efficiently produced parts available. The Nordic Components business consists of two segments, manufacturing and sales. Our manufacturing business works to provide custom machine components for a variety of applications, with our specialty being firearm components. The sales business produces lines of branded firearm accessories to enhance and elevate the shooting experience. We are a company owned and operated by individuals devoted to shooting sports, and many of us shoot competitively. We attend and sponsor a number of events around the country each year where we listen to you, the consumer, and are proud to say that all of our firearm components are a direct result of your input. As a firearms accessory provider, our aim is simple. Provide shooting enthusiasts with innovative products of uncompromising performance and reliability. Nordic Components. Check us out at nordiccomp.com. We're going to talk high-level knives today, like I was telling you guys. Kind of kick off the segment. At Blade Show, I ran into a lot of the bigger companies and some cool companies. I was telling you guys about the Zombie tools. Did you meet those guys?
I loved those guys, man. I was
awesome.
I was walking around at the 5th of Jameson, handing out shots.
Nice.
I had this cool, like a shoulder tote made to carry around a bottle. Sowers Customs did it for me. It was really cool. And it was time for me to leave. And I was looking at all their stuff. I said, hey, you guys don't like Jameson, do you? So I was like, I got to get on a plane. You take this.
You're like, you guys aren't are you? That's what you're saying, basically.
You guys aren't sissies. They have awesome stuff, man. I was just showing my kids online the other night a couple of their larger, I guess they're machete.
They've got swords. Yeah. I mean, they've got actual swords and machetes and
so cool. I got a picture with those guys. They're awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. So check them out. I'm going to get those guys on. They were very interested in being on the show, and hopefully I can get them on here in an upcoming episode. But
they're in Montana, aren't they?
Yeah, I think are they Montana?
Yeah, Missoula.
Another damn reason why I should have gone to Montana 2 weeks ago for the VFOB Expo.
Yeah,
I'm kicking myself in the pants for that. But I was on. Speaking of VFOB, they've got a podcast also, and I was on their podcast yesterday, which I guess it'll air. It'll be the week before this show, so it's the same week that I've got their episode up, that the episode of theirs that I'll be on. But I think it's just VFOB Radio is what it's called. But yeah, check it out. Lefthand's one of my rare interviews that I get to do.
Oh, that's cool, man.
People don't have me on their show very often. I don't get invited on other people's shows very often. I don't understand that. That should say something about me, I guess. I don't know. But I think I hear, there it is, the Jackwagon Train. Gunny, bring that train in.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, Matt, so the train has stationed, and I think we're going to have several for this week. I know I've got a couple I'm going to throw on. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I'm going to let you start.
Okay, so I've got a couple, and this one that I've got was submitted to us by a leadhead. And I encourage you guys to send me, if you've got Jackwagons you want to nominate for the Jackwagon Train, send those to me. You can email them, talkingled@gmail.com, or you can PM me on our Facebook page, Talking Lead. And for the most part, I'll read those and get those. But Matt, not you, Matt, but another Matt, Leadhead Matt, submitted this one. All right, so here's Matt's submission. And this takes place in, looks like Lexington. I don't know if that's Lexington, Kentucky or... Yeah, Lexington, Kentucky. So just north of where I live here. So it says, police say a group of men with semi-automatic weapons went to a Lexington Wal-Mart. There's your first clue of a jackwagon, Wal-Mart. To prepare for doomsday. Okay. Lexington Police Department Lieutenant Jackie Newman tells the Lexington Herald that police were called to the Richmond Road Wal-Mart Saturday night after people reported that there were men inside a car wearing body armor and holding weapons. The men told police that they were preparing for doomsday and needed supplies, which everybody knows Walmart's the best place to go for your doomsday. They got everything there.
They got quality knives there, too.
They got everything. They got duct tape. They got glue.
Yeah.
They got coolers, They got food.
Yeah.
Police found marijuana
Yeah, they were hungry.
inside the car and gave the men citations for the drugs, but did not charge them with any other violations. Police say a license is not required to have a semi-automatic weapon in a car. There you go. Good for the police.
Oh, yeah. They did their job right. That's good.
Yeah. Lexington Police spokesman Richard Willoughby says the men were not doing anything criminal with the weapons.
Is that Beast?
That's Oshe. He's letting me know that my lawn guy is out there. Come here. Come in here. Come here.
I thought it was the Sandlot monster.
He is a monster. You see him?
Good God, man.
He's a big boy.
You're not kidding.
He's a big boy. He said, I just had my birthday. So,
how old is that dog?
Everybody wish Oshe a happy birthday. He turned 7 recently, and we got to go. We went shopping, didn't we, yesterday? He got him a new necklace, got him a new collar here. See, I got some
awesome.
new food bowls. I got me a new Purdy, got me a new chew bone, all kinds of good stuff. All right, he's going to walk. He'll probably start barking again. There we go. So these guys, I'm going to have to, hold on. Dude. All right, so that is my first jackwagon. So yeah, don't load up your and gear up for doomsday when there's no apparent sign of doomsday and roll into Walmart. Hi.
That's what led them down that real bad path in the beginning.
And then I got high. Yeah, I guarantee you the marijuana had something to do with that. Yeah.
I thought that was supposed to make you lazy.
I didn't think that was legal in Kentucky yet.
No idea.
They just got a citation for the drugs. They weren't arrested or anything like that, so I don't know. All right, so my second jackwagon, I'll go ahead and do my second one. Rio.
That's right.
Where the Olympics are being held. Is it Rio de Janeiro? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's been this big hype about the Olympics being held in Rio, and you've seen the commercials. They're making it look like it's a big party, and all the G-string chicky chicks shaking their stuff around, but now that it's going on, you're hearing all these reports about dead bodies being found in the waterways where the Olympic athletes have been training. The air quality there is deadly and doesn't meet World Health Organization levels, and they knew this before they even were candidates for it. I guess they were supposed to have gotten it cleaned up by the time they held the Olympics there, but I didn't realize Rio was such a cesspool. Is that what we call it?
I had no idea.
But apparently it is. So it doesn't sound like a very safe place, for one, especially for when you're going to have people from all over the world come into your city.
Yeah, I hope the swimmers aren't practicing where those bodies are at.
No, they were. One of the athletes found the body.
Oh wow!
They took a picture of it while they were, I don't know what they were training.
Maybe it was a reporter
schooning or something. I don't know what game in the water that they're practicing for, but could have been a swimmer. I don't know.
No, yeah, no idea.
No idea. I just I remember seeing a picture of it. But I'm throwing just the whole. I'm going to throw Brazil on there because this is a country thing, and if one of your cities is going to be hosting an international event, you think you could get the damn thing cleaned up a little bit. But,
yeah, I mean, hell, even Detroit went all out when they had the Super Bowl here a few years ago. If Detroit can do it, you'd think Rio could figure something out.
Yeah. But let's see. It says Rio for years has surpassed WHO, World Health Organization, limits for the most dangerous air pollutant called particulate matter, spewed from millions of vehicles clogging the city's roads. Thousands die annually in Rio's metropolitan area of 12 million people because of complications related to the air. Jeez. People exposed to the pollution have higher risk of lung cancer, heart attack, strokes, asthma, and other diseases. I mean, great choice for the Olympics, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we should throw the Olympic Committee on here for
good
choosing that area as well. But can you hear my mower behind me?
I can.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. All right, guys. So my mower's here, my lawn guy's here, and you're going to hear him in the background. So I apologize for the background noise. All right, so that's my Jackwagons this week. You got anybody you want to throw on?
For me, it's hard to narrow it down with the current election we've got going on. National elections, and then the smaller ones going on in my area. I'm having a hard time narrowing it down to anyone. It's all encompassing for me at the moment. And I've been on vacation for the last 10 days, so I'm kind of out of the loop on current events.
I got you. Well, while you were on vacation, was there anybody there that may have done something that you want to call them out on? Maybe give them a jackwagon toss on the train?
I wish there was, man. There's nothing. I had an absolute blast in Maine. Everyone was awesome. Everyone is absolutely awesome in Maine. I had zero issue with anything. Everything was fantastic.
The mayor of Maine needs to send you, or the governor of Maine needs to send you a T-shirt or key to the city there.
Send me something, damn it.
So did you have any good food while you were there?
I had all the good food while I was there.
You had all the good food.
Yep. So, we went to Lobsterman's Co-ops. We went to everything is small owned stuff. Everything is, the family lives in town that owns wherever you're at. So half the time it was, the owner's daughter serving you your food, or the owner was at the, running the cash register. Everything was awesome there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's the way you think.
I've had a limited exposure to Maine. I've been there for business, and I haven't really had an opportunity to experience the culture there. But I hear it's awesome.
It is. There are some more populated metropolitan areas, kind of like Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of a
little more busy hubbub.
It's a little busier. It's still, compared to anything, further down the coast, it's pretty tame.
All right, so that's it for the Jackwagon Train this week. Now let's find out more about our guest, Matt, and South Paw Knots. So tell us about South Paw, Matt. What exactly? I kind of briefly described what you do. I'm sure you could tell us a lot better detail what you do.
Oh, yeah. I've been playing with parachute cord since you were a dork if you played with parachute cord. I started out seeing the bracelets, the 550 cord survival bracelets.
Yeah, the survival bracelets. I got a couple of those.
Yeah, me too. I've got a lot.
I'm sure you got a lot now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like every time you turned the page in a gun magazine, you were seeing something in the background. So I saw one. I thought, man, that is just the coolest thing there is right now that, at the time that I could afford. So I bought one. I took it apart and figured out how to rebuild it. And it kind of just, spun off from there. I started doing, just little things, dog leashes, bird call lanyards. I started doing that for a couple of pro teams. Just fun stuff. And then one day somebody asked me, can you make a monkey's fist? I was like, oh, heck yeah, I can make a monkey's fist. I'd never made a monkey's fist before in my life, man.
So those are those big balls of...
Yes. I put a steel ball bearing or a glass marble or a ping pong ball, golf ball, whatever. But I typically limit it down to like a 3/4 inch to an inch ball bearing.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of my own design, how I go from that knot down to some other stuff. My stuff it's a little bit different than everybody else's.
Yeah. So you use the 550 paracord.
I use the 550 cord, and I actually use, the 7-strand. It's got 7 interior strands inside of the casing. Whatever you see on the outside is the casing, the color. There's 7 strands inside of that. That's actual military grade stuff. There's a lot of cheap stuff you can buy. Home Depot sells a survival bracelet, but it's so loosely woven you can poke your finger through the weave, and then it's not actually it's not military cord. It's not parachute cord.
Yeah, you can tell it's not good quality stuff.
Right.
It's not the whole reason in these paracord bracelets and knife paracord wraps, people put them on their knife handles and different things like that, is if you need a survival situation where you can cut that cord and you've got additional cord to do whatever you need to with it in a survival situation, whether you use it to hang something or catch catch prey, catch your food, or maybe cord. But I mean, there's all kinds of different that you could tie sticks together with it, all kinds of different stuff.
One thing I would say about a survival bracelet or anything that's parachute cord is if you don't already know how to tie a couple, just a handful of knots. I mean, a bowline knot being one of them. Or a snare, something like that, then it's not doing you any good. It's not like the stuff is so thin. It's not like you're going to climb your way out of, a ditch even. It's more often than not, it's just going to be something that will assist you in an everyday situation. Also, it's probably not going to come to mind that, I'm wearing a survival bracelet that I paid X amount of dollars for, and I need it for, you're not going to take it apart.
Yeah, a lot of people see them as fashion accessories nowadays, but that's not the intent of them. The intent of them was that they would have additional rope, cord, something to tie with in case of an emergency that they needed a survival situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the purpose of it's kind of faded away, but that's the original intent of the paracord wrapped knives and everything. Right.
And I've got a little project coming up. That's actually going to be geared towards, hey, this is paracord that, you're paying a fair amount for this item, but it's going to have things in it and on it that, given the circumstances, you will be willing to take it apart, and it will have enough parachute cord and usable items attached to and inside of your bracelet or whatever. So that's a project I've got coming up.
So, all right. 80 uses for paracord. I just Googled it.
Wow.
I was like, I can't think of anything right off. It's too damn early in the morning. My mind's not working. So number 1, tie tarp to trees. So like your tent, if you need to tie your tent up to something, you can use it for that. A lanyard to hold items, key, knife, etc. So, like Matt does, he does the knife lanyards. I'm sure you do some gun lanyards too.
I do I used to do a lot of slings.
Yeah. Emergency paracord wristband. This is an exciting project because you have an amazing multi-purpose tool ready to be used anytime, anywhere. Truly must have. All right, so they're not telling me what it's used for. Emergency snare. Okay, there's one. So you can use it as an emergency snare to catch dinner, catch food out in the wilderness.
Yep. If you're talking about an actual emergency situation, the strands inside of the cord, there's 7 of those that can be broken down into, each one of those can be broken down into 3 separate cords.
2 smaller cords.
If you had to, you could use pieces of that for
fishing line,
sutures,
boot laces. You could use them for boot laces.
You got to double knot those suckers too, man.
Yeah.
Yep, I've tried that out.
You could use floss with the inner strands. I don't know.
I've done that.
You got to have some wide gaps in your teeth, I would think. I mean, those strands are still pretty big.
Yep.
Maybe you could even break down the strands of the strands.
That's what you have to do. I've tried it. It's not fun.
Strands of the strands. So dental floss, a dog lead. So you could weave a dog leash. Just like you said, the leashes out of one of those. You'd have a lot of extra paracord with that. Like you said, emergency suture for inner strands. Your knife handle, you can wrap your knife handle. But again, this is like you wrap your knife handle with this so you'll have it for other things.
Right.
So you could cut it off your knife and then use it for other things. Belts, I know people have belts, paracord belts. I've seen those. I've seen actual gun straps. People make rifle slings.
I've made a lot of those.
Those can't be very comfortable on the
I quit
shoulder.
making them, man. I mean, I thought, people like buying them. They liked them as gifts, and they're really cool. But, if I can't, at the end of the day, believe in the thing I'm making as a viable product, I got to keep doing it.
What you got to figure out, man, on that, and I love them. I love the look of them because it just gives it that whole other level of coolness. Mm-hmm. But if you could figure out a way to weave in a pad with it, then you're onto something right there, man.
Right. Well, I had it figured out to where I had this nice thin lead from the buttstock up to which I wove a pad. It was flat on one side and rounded on the top.
Yeah.
So it looked very cool. It's just what happened was I met John Willis. I saw the stuff that's coming out of
SOE Tactical. Yeah.
Yep. And I figured, heck, if I'm not putting this on my own gun, I'm going to stop making it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
There you go. You can use it as a bow drill. So to make fire, one of those tools that you.
Yeah, but you don't ever want to try and burn paracord because
so you don't have to use your hand, to twist it. You make a little bow drill. I guess you could use it for a bow too. You could use it for a actual hunting bow in an emergency situation. A clothesline.
Done that.
Improvise a seat by lashing a long horizontal to two trees. So I guess you could make a little chair, a little seat. Emergency repair for sail while sailing or canoeing. There's a belt. I said belt. Hang kettle, cooking pots over a fire. You could do that. Emergency sewing thread. Yeah, you could do that. Got to have a needle. Holy cow, these people made a hammock.
Yeah. I've seen the hammocks.
That's a lot of paracord right there.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think that
the doormats.
That would be real comfortable because that cord's kind of hard once you get it all.
Once it's all twisted up together, I can't imagine that was too comfortable.
You can make a fishing net from the inner strands. Mm-hmm. Improvise a sling. We talked about that. A hobble for your horse. That's a good use for it. A watch strap. I've seen people make those before.
I've done a few of those.
Rig up a quick bowstring. Okay, got that. Carry gear on your backpack when you don't have a rucksack. A platypus hose cleaner.
I don't even know what that is.
Let's see. Hoses collect dirt and time. It's kind of like one of those snake tools.
Yep, like a
gun cleaning thing. So
pipe cleaner.
Yeah, you run it through and snake pipes with it.
Yep.
Let's see. Tie house keys to forgetful children. Or you just tie children to it, and that way they don't run off. An emergency tow rope, if you had enough.
You weave 4 strands of this together in a round braid. You could pull a truck in reverse in park.
Very cool. I hadn't thought about
Uphill.
that. That could be a good use.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pulley line for dragging big bits of wood.
They're starting to stretch this out, aren't they?
They are. I mean, they're trying to get 80 out of this.
Well, you can sum it all up pretty quickly. You have to tie something up. Use paracord.
Paracord, yeah.
It's cheap and easy to keep with you.
Now, here's one that's related to what we're talking about, knives. This says a stropping is quick and easy way to keep your edges of your razor blade sharp. So you are maintaining them well. So it says you can use this as a standby strop.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Huh.
That's a new one on me.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
I'd want somebody to test that out to see if it actually would sharpen the blade.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you can hang stuff. Here's a bear bag.
Yep. I've used one for that. I've definitely used that before.
Let's see if we see anything. Oh my God. Somebody did a hair tie with it. Headband hair. Don't do that.
No, it's silly.
Heavy snow. So, I mean, you kind of getting the idea here. I'll see if there's anything unique here that they've got. Make a halter for your horses, a boar snake, tire swing, hammock, whistle around your necks. What can you, you can use it for a pulley on your lawnmower.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah. That's a
good
good use.
That's a good one.
Emergency tourniquet. That's where I was talking about earlier about, for wounded. But you don't really want to use a paracord for a tourniquet.
Man, carry one with you.
It's too tight. I mean, that could do a lot more damage than we talked about that on an earlier episode. So just carry a tourniquet, or you need something wider, like a belt or something like that for a tourniquet.
Carry a tourniquet.
Yeah. Handcuffs. You can use them for handcuffs for a bad guy.
Oh, wow.
Okay. A zipper pull. I do that on a lot of my bags. I use it as a zipper pull.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good use for it.
I tied one to a pair of Dickies work pants one time just for a joke. It turned into a highlighter.
Yeah. But like you said, I mean, it's important that you learn to tie different knots. And you can Google knot tying, and there's a blue bazillion different websites and videos that you can watch to learn how to tie different knots and what the purpose for those knots are.
Right.
And there's a blue bazillion different kind of knots that you can tie.
Make sure you're looking at something that's useful. Everything doesn't need to be decorative. You need to, put those into some sort of working order.
So there are 80 uses aren't actually 80 uses on this site. They're repeating themselves on several of them.
Narrow it down to about 15.
Yeah, or 10.
Yeah.
I mean, actual emergency uses for it. I mean, they're just talking about ways that you can have it, like in your watch and your belt and around your neck for when you need it for survival type issues.
A good way to carry it is, if you're not going to carry a whole hank of it, take 50 feet of it and wrap it around your knife sheath and then tie it off that way. That way you don't have to cut it off of something. You don't have to have something you've got to take apart. Because taking apart something that somebody else tied, if it's quality, it's not going to come apart quick or easily.
Right.
So wrap that right around your knife sheath or, buttstock of a gun.
Another good use for it is a tripwire.
Yeah.
Use as
my kids are going to try that out on the stairwell now. Thanks, Marty. I'm gonna Homer Simpson it down to the first floor.
That's funny. All right, so all the more reason why you need to check out Matt and South Paw Knots. And so if somebody wants their knife done, do they send you the knife, or do you just do one and they can just tie it on themselves?
Depending on the knife, I typically have people that contact me just, hey, take a picture of the knife and shoot it off to me, or just tell me the knife model. I've worked with enough of them to pretty much tell which ones I'm going to have in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can tie a lanyard and send it off, and you can attach it really quickly and easily.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, if you have a higher end knife, it just looks better to have it tied directly to the knife. That way, it's got a better finished look.
Yeah.
But then again, if I just send you off a lanyard, you can take it off and switch it back and forth between. If you're somebody that switches your everyday carry pocket knife from day to day or week to week, like I do, sometimes it's nice to.
What's the most common knife that you get requests for lanyards for? Is there
Emerson, zero tolerance, and lately I've been getting a lot of Striders.
Okay.
A lot of Striders.
Now, what is a Strider?
Strider knife is it's a production knife done by Mick Strider out of California, I believe.
Mm-hmm. These are the higher end, $500, $600 knives, right?
Yeah,
probably more than that.
We could probably jump right into this now, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's we'll talk more about South. So how can people get in touch with South Paw?
Oh, you know what? I'm a busy guy, man. I've got to get my website up. I've been doing everything from Facebook and Instagram, mostly Facebook.
Social medias. That's all people need. Yeah. You don't really need websites anymore with the Facebooks and the Instagrams.
It makes placing an order a little easier. Everything I do is custom, so I don't have things that are made sitting aside ready to be shipped. You tell me what you want. I, fine tune that with you in a quick conversation, and it's made for you. Unless it's something you just, hey man, straight black, whatever, tie this on and ship it. Well, okay, cool. We can do that.
Yeah.
Real easily. But
what's the most unique thing you've been requested to make?
Oh man, I've had some weird stuff. I've had some cool stuff. Let's see. I like it when someone asks me, here's a knife that, you're never going to see in a store.
Mm.
And they send it to me and say, play with it for a week or two, figure out how to match colors to this. I want you to do something that you're not going to, recreate, which that's difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because, if I'm going to spend that much time coming up with something that I think is really cool and I can't remake it, that's a challenge for me. So that's fun. But I would say that the most difficult thing has been John Willis and Mixed Strider. They did a collaboration on a camouflage knife.
Camouflage?
Camouflage, so it's a camouflage done in John Willis's combat cock.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I've actually got one sitting on a table I'm waiting to do.
For you guys who don't know what combat cock is, it's not a dirty reference.
No.
They have these little square, they resemble like a rooster or chicken.
It's kind of like that your grandmother would have had to, at the sewing table.
Yeah, it's more of a, I don't know what you call it, a novelty kind of thing that SOE does, kind of a brand thing that they do.
Yes.
Google it and you'll see what we're talking about. But they're highly collectable.
Yes, and they're very.
They're
cool.
like Beanie Babies. I don't want to say they're like Beanie Babies, but they're like Beanie Babies for the cool guy.
They are. They really are. Hell, I've got some of them, and it's not my thing, but man, they are cool. They're very cool. I think doing something like that, matching those colors and coming up with something that is going to one, look good, two, still stay together under hard use.
Yeah,
that's I have had one weird one. Well, maybe it's not weird, but it's weird for me, and maybe in the part of the country I live in Michigan. Can you make me a bullwhip?
Well, a bullwhip.
A bullwhip.
Okay.
Well, I could, but I don't think I'm gonna. Make me a flogger. Like, I don't go to those kinds of trade shows.
S&M. Okay, there's another use for paracord. S&M, ladies and gentlemen.
Start, but
he went down that path. Okay.
I've had that asked. I've had that question brought up to me more than once. So it's like, well, I'm sure I can.
If
figure
the
out
price is right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's all you want to talk about, that? Huh?
Yeah, we're done with that.
All right. Very good. So now let's get into talking a little bit about knives. And we were going to talk more along the lines of laws, because just getting into this, and I don't even know what the knife carry laws are in Tennessee. So that's something that I think probably be, for somebody who's just getting into knives, learn the laws.
Absolutely.
So let's get into that. And you had a topic on that. What do you want to get into?
It's always baffled me that there's this. I live in Michigan, and I'm a CPL instructor here. It's the CCW. I teach CPL classes here in Michigan, and so I can teach people, and I can get them certified to carry a gun. I carry a gun, but there are restrictions on what kind of knife I can carry, or how the blade length for self-defense. Now, in Michigan, you can carry a knife with a blade up to 3 inches long and still use it for self-defense. If it's over a 3-inch blade, it's got to be used in a utility form somehow. Now, I don't know how you prove that one way or the other, because I think that's one of those laws that the officers aren't typically going to know about. And just getting pulled over, you have anything in the car I need to know about? Well, if you're an honest citizen, and I do my best to be. Mm-hmm. I have my gun here, my wallet here. I've got a pocket knife. Well, if they ever want to see any of that, you show it to them. And
right. So you got to have an excuse as to why you've got it on you if they question you about it.
Yeah, you got to have a reason of why you carry that, or you could say, "Hey, I don't use this for self-defense. This is what my gun's for." And you can't always.
You can say you use it for safety situations, for like cutting seat belts off if you're in an accident or you came upon an accident.
Right. Yep.
Using or a survival situation if the apocalypse happened while you were driving to work and. You got your survival knife.
If you're on your way to Walmart to set up for the...
Yeah, you're going to Walmart for doomsday prep.
Right, because you're stoned.
So that's one of the things that you need to know is what's legal to carry in your area. And we've got listeners from all over the world. So depending on where you live in the world, you need to check and see what the knife laws are. I'm pretty sure in Tennessee you can carry anything.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be just for self-defense. You can carry switchblades, you can carry machetes, you can carry openly whatever you want.
Yeah, in Tennessee.
It's my understanding. So check your laws. Don't listen to me.
My understanding is same. You can carry an out the front double action switchblade, regular, out the side switchblades, double edged, all that jazz as far as I understand.
And is that the way it is where you're at in Michigan?
No, it is not. They've brought up a bill a couple of times
So yours is where you've got, like you were just saying, certain links for personal defense, and then anything other than that, you've got to have reason to be carrying it.
Yeah, and that's going to be subject to, I think it's probably going to be subject to the officer's discretion, and that's going to probably be that's going to depend on how you react to an officer when they question you. If you are polite and to the point, and you're not an ass about it, I'm sure that the officer will, understand where you're coming from. We're all on the same side here. So,
oh, gosh, I just all right. So I'm Googling knife laws in Tennessee, and this comes up. Meth dealer won $3 million in lottery and invested it in more meth. Now that's a guy who believes in his business right there, man.
Man, he's in it.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Dude wins $3 million. All right, so I got to read this. So he's making the Jackwagon Train. So we're going retro back to the Jackwagon Train real quick. Lady Luck turned a run-of-the-mill meth dealer into a millionaire crank king. Ronnie Music Jr. is this guy's name. Let's see, blah, blah. He's Georgia. He struck it rich after hitting Georgia State lottery $3 million. He could have done whatever he wanted to, blah, blah, blah. Instead, he stuck to his drug guns, and even after his co-conspirators were caught moving several pounds of pure Mexican-manufactured methamphetamine, Music kept grinding, brazenly spearheading even more meth deals on behalf of an inmate behind bars. Music had already been convicted of multiple felonies before he won the lottery. He then decides he's going to plow his winnings into an apparent long-time profession of dealing meth.
That guy
You think he would have given it all up? Instead, he's facing up to 10 years to life in prison.
Bye.
That's hilarious. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to read that. That's a good one, man. That's people. People. Come on. All right, so we're talking about knife laws, and I'm looking up Tennessee. So let's see. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam signed a knife rights bill repealing the state's antiquated ban on switchblades, automatic knives, and possession of knives over 4 inches in length with intent to go armed. A vague law subject to abusive interpretation. As of July 1st, 2014, there are no longer any pre-illegal knives in Tennessee. Okay, so Tennessee is the 7th state in which knife rights have been repealed. Has repealed a ban on switchblades and other knives. This makes 17 legislative victories by knife rights in just over 4 years, including defeating 4 anti-knife bills. Knife rights have passed 13 pro-knife bills in 11 states. Knife rights is rewriting knife law in America. And I think Knife Rights is an organization. That's an organization.
Yeah.
A Sharper Future, Knife Rights. It's kniferights.org, where you guys can probably go and learn more about laws in your particular state. So, yeah, there you go. So I guess I'll start carrying my, what is this I got here? I've got a few knives, and I bought these years ago. It's K-Bar. They came out with this big line of big, huge. Can you see this one?
Oh yeah, I can see that. That's
these zombie apocalypse knives.
Sucker. Yeah.
But they're full tang. I guess they're quality knives. I don't know.
I remember
I've actually taken this one out and chopped wood with it.
Oh yeah, it's
this is like a machete. Mm-hmm. It's like a machete type, but they've got really nice sheaths that they come with, and then they've got these little bitty ones. And you can see I paracorded. I did that myself.
Ah, good job, Marty.
I paracorded. There's this little bitty knife that comes with it too, and they're sharp as all get out.
Oh yeah.
And they're the K-Bar line, and they got the little zombie apocalypse symbol on them. But they had a whole line of these, and I bought 4 or 5 of them. But they seem to be really good quality knives. If somebody knows differently and they're pieces of crap, somebody let me know. But I've actually used a couple of these out in hunting and camping and stuff, and they work good. They held up. But I've not done any destructive test or anything like that on them. But
right, normal use.
Yeah, I've got several of these. I've got let's just go ahead and do this EDC check.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that. We'll do pocket dump.
I just put my pants on, before we started talking.
Getting ready for the day.
I've got all my stuff actually next to me here. Well, since I'm at home, I've got my Spikes Tactical Crusaders actually right here next to me.
That's not an EDC though.
No, it's not. Let's see. What do I have? I've got
That's your home EDC though.
I've got a Glock 17 that was Cerakoted by Blown Deadline.
Sweet.
In Michigan.
That cost a pretty penny.
Well, Mike's a buddy of mine, so.
Oh yeah? Well, you can hook a brother up. Is that what you're saying?
Hey man, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you were talking about your Glock 17.
Yeah, Glock 17 with
What kind of pattern you got on? I didn't get to see the Blown Deadline.
We did something kind of
because they do awesome work.
Yeah, he does. I know that the listeners aren't going to get to see this, but it's
Well, you'll send me a picture and I can post it.
It's a multicam black.
Oh man.
It's
that's what my lead sled's done in multicam black.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of modified because at the time I don't know if Mike had what's the licensing or whatever it was with multicam to do
didn't have the license.
Actual pattern. So he's got something similar.
Right.
The colors, we kind of did some custom colors here.
So it's a Blown Deadline cam.
Yeah. It's burnt bronze, sniper gray, and some stealth gray and sniper black. I can't remember.
That's cool.
At the end of the day, it's just cool as hell. That's all.
Yeah. And you put it in a holster. What kind of holster you got there?
Well, you can imagine.
Leather neck?
A leather neck tactical.
That's awesome. Is that a Cryptek?
Yeah. Jeff sent me this one. I think this is a gift from him. Man, he does all my stuff. Jeff is awesome. Does awesome. He makes awesome holsters.
Oh yeah.
Everything he does, Kydex, is awesome.
Are you in the waist or out of the waist?
Inside.
Inside the waist. Okay.
Yep.
Hip or appendix, or how do you carry?
Well, I'm left-handed, so what is that? Spleen.
Spleen.
I carry left-handed, right-handed. I carry appendix, and sometimes I carry behind the hip. Just depends on the weather in Michigan.
The dress and the weather and where
depends
you go. Do you ever ankle carry?
I have not done that, but
ankle carry?
It's something that I'm starting to consider.
Yeah. Especially in the wintertime and when you wear the longer pants. In summertime, obviously that doesn't make sense. But
Right. And I don't wear skinny jeans, so I'm still I'll still be able to get away with ankle carry. Let's see. The knife is a zero tolerance
ZT.
Yeah, this is a 0566. I don't know what that means, but it's cool as hell.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of our listeners do.
Yeah. Let's see. This is.
And do you have a lanyard on your knife?
You know what? This isn't my everyday knife. I had to fly home and I didn't check a bag. So my wife has my
I gotcha.
Actual EDC knife, and that does have a lanyard. It's got a solid brass whale, and it's not like anything you've ever seen. It's very cool, man. I'm telling you, I get to work with some of the coolest people.
Where do you get your brass from?
Well, I have all my brass, copper, and I'm going to start with doing some bronze stuff. Comes from a friend of mine, is the actual designer, he's the artist. His name is Ramon Sosa. And he does everything by hand. I mean, he starts with a wax mold, and he does the whole thing out by hand. I mean, the dude is an artist, man. I think he's actually training to be a jeweler.
Cool. Is he a local guy?
No. Actually, I can't remember what part of Mexico he's in, but I think he's aspiring to move to the States. He loves coming up into Texas and being free.
He loves coming up into Texas until they send him back, right?
Well, he goes through the right way. He's a great dude, man. He makes great stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw a lot of your stuff at the SOE event, and it was cool. I mean, I probably didn't get to see half of it because by the time I got to you, most of it was gone already, I'm sure.
Marty, I was so busy that night. It was
I know, man. You were balls to the wall, dude.
10.5 hours. 10.5 hours I sat in that chair and tied lanyards, man. And it was cool because people actually got to see what I do. That not just the end product, which is cool too, but seeing how it's done. It's cool. I mean, anytime you can see something like that, it's cool.
Yeah. So can this Ramon guy do custom things? So I guess that's what he does. You tell him what you want and he'll make it.
Yes. Cool. Yes.
I got an idea for one. We'll talk off air.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All my stuff, I go directly to the designer, right to the artist for all my beads. Well, I'm starting to get into some titanium stuff, so I've got a machinist, obviously, for that. And that's at Rogue Industries. They're phenomenal. They do great work. Let's see. What else is in my EDC? This is one of the things that I'm really excited about. I don't know if you saw these at the party. Here's a...
Is that Cantu? Cantu Brunner?
Yeah, this is a Dex. It's a Cantu Brunner pen.
Nice.
Cantu Brunner Designs. You know, they're 308 brass that I do the patina work on.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm really fortunate, man, that he agreed to work with me. I mean, he could have his pick of anybody he wants to work with. And, he set some time aside to, work some things out with me. And, we got,
So you guys are doing a collaboration together on a pen.
Got a collaboration going on between South Paw Knots and Cantu Brunner Designs. I've got a few different finishes. I've got currently 2 of them. I'm working on a few more, some things I haven't posted pictures of yet. So it's exciting. We're going to do some 300 blackout pens, some click pens.
Cool.
And right now we're doing the twist pens. But I think last night he just posted a picture of one of the click pens.
Okay.
Posted, but that's something I'm really, really happy with, and really.
When are these are they available now, or when they're going to be available?
Yeah, these are available now. You can pre-order these. Actually, the ones that I had at the SOE party, those sold out. These are the 2 I've got left.
Yeah, I didn't even see them. I didn't see them at the party, so I missed out on that. But people can go to CantuBrunnerDesigns.com and check those out.
He's got pictures of them, but you buy them through me.
Okay, so you're selling those South Paw Knots.
Yep. So he does the actual pen making and sends it to me. Yep.
And they go to the Facebook page or Instagram?
They can go to either one of those 2, Facebook or Instagram.
And it's just South Paw Knots?
South Paw Knots. That's right.
SOUTHPAWKNOTS?
That's right.
Make sure I got that right, because I'm horrible at spelling.
Well, not my strong suit either.
Especially phonetically, I can't spell, so.
Right.
I'm horrible.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So what else you got, EDC? Is that it?
Well, I normally carry a Leatherneck Tactical iMod wallet, but I was traveling, and I've been doing some custom finish work for Celtic Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got one of their wallets, and I'm doing some hand finishing for them, just some trial stuff, seeing what they like, what we like, we'll work something out. So I actually took this through a couple of airports and through customs. I had to go through Canada this week or last week. And this is an RFID blocking wallet. So that's pretty cool.
And what that does is if you got credit cards with magnetic strips and that you run them through the airport stuff, it won't demagnetize them. Is that what it is? Not
just that. It's also that the new credit cards have this chip built into them.
The chip, yeah. That's what it is.
And apparently that makes it easier for scumbags to scan your stuff, and they can scan that as they walk by you. And what this wallet does, is it blocks the capability of that.
Sends them the big middle finger and says,
yeah, bite me.
Yeah,
cool. I have an enhanced license as well, and it's the same thing. So,
and what's that called? What's that material called? what?
Oh, RFID blocking. I think I don't know if it's a certain material that does it, but I think the aluminum around it. Mm-hmm. Because that's what the wallet's made of.
Right.
Actually is what stops that signal.
Okay, cool.
But it's compact. It's cool. If you want to ditch the leather wallet, Celtic Shield is great. The iMods from Leatherneck Tactical are awesome as well.
Yeah, that's the one I'm carrying. I've got a Talking Lead green iMod that I rock.
I can't say enough great things about Jeff Blanton's stuff, but I'm working with Celtic Shield, trying out some new stuff for them, with them. So it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I'm pretty simple, straightforward, especially being at home.
Yeah. Well, today I'm just rocking the Glock 27 in the Leatherneck Tactical Appendix Kydex holster.
Yeah.
Got the iMod wallet, and I got my Coast knife that Senior Team Leader Garcia sent to me. And I got my Keltec little pocket flashlight. Those things are awesome. They're very bright. You guys check those out at KeltecWeapons.com. And that's all I'm rocking today. Shorts, kind of casual, getting ready to head out of town. Now, when I head out of town, I'm going to be packing a whole lot more for my trip to Daytona. In case doomsday happens while I'm down there. But I'll be in good company because I'll be close to the Big 3 East, the guys down at the Big 3 East, CJ and Q, and those guys will be down there. So we'll have a place to scurry to if the doomsday hits while we're down in Daytona. And of course, our sponsors, our good buddy Nate Love and those guys at Frontier Tactical are just across the way, 2 hours away there. So I feel pretty safe about the area that we're going to. But always have my bag ready.
Absolutely,
my go bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for my EDC.
Okay.
All right, so now it's time for the Talking Lead.
Facts like this.
And Matt has maybe a couple for us today.
I do. One is, this is real simple. You don't always need a big knife. You just need a sharp knife. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be cutting down a 50-year-old oak tree with a pocket knife, but
I would like to see that.
I don't have the time nor the energy.
All right, I am challenging. I'm throwing the challenge out right now. If somebody, then they got to do a video. There's got to be an unedited video of them chopping down, cutting down at least a 50-year-old tree with a pocket knife.
With a pocket knife.
With a pocket knife, 4 inches or less blade.
Yes.
Now it may take them 20 years to whittle that down, but
hey, yeah, they're going to have to sharpen that blade a few times in between.
I don't think one knife could do that by itself after you sharpen it and you cut it and you sharpen. I don't think there's a knife alive that could survive that.
No, I don't think so.
That's the challenge. Boom, it's been laid.
Lay that one down.
Yeah.
The other one is a lot of guys steer away from partially serrated blades. I carried a Benchmade Griptilian, a mini Griptilian, for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's partially serrated, and the sucker's still sharp. And I beat the living crap out of that knife.
When you say partially serrated, is that the ones that's got like the little?
Yep, looks like shark teeth in the back. You know,
I love those. I prefer my knives to have that. As a matter of fact,
know, you've got a lot of regular straight blade up front. You know, for slicing and dicing. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, nothing cuts through a seatbelt faster than some serrations, man. Yeah. You want to get through rope. You want to get through web gear.
You want to get through some metal. You know.
It does it quickly.
Yeah. I'm all about the serrations.
It's not really difficult to maintain those. You know, I mean, be honest. How often are you sitting down sharpening your knives? You know.
Well, that's another thing that I need to get into on the show too, is how to sharpen a knife. I can't sharpen a knife to save my life, dude.
Well, there are several. You know, there are several systems out there that assist in that. You know, you can spend as little as you want, from $10 to $20 on up to $800 for a professional sharpener. It just depends on how crazy sharp do you need your knife.
Yeah. Well, the sharper the better, right?
Hey, why not?
Depends on what you're using it for, I guess. But
yeah. You know, a dull knife's better than a broken knife, and a sharp knife's better than a dull knife. So
yeah. So keep your knife sharp.
Yeah, keep your knife sharp.
What else you got?
What else?
That was one.
No, those are my two.
There was two. What was the other one?
You don't always need a big knife. You just need a sharp knife. Okay. And serrations aren't something to be afraid of.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. You just kind of rolled it all into one little deal right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. So trivia, we've still got a couple of trivias that are outstanding, and one is the Bursa, Eagle Imports Bursa, and the Eagle Imports Grand Power. He's going to be giving away some swag. Now, I know he didn't make the post on his Facebook page like he was supposed to, so we're going to come up with some other way to give away that swag from Eagle and Bursa. I don't know if we'll just randomly just pick some lead heads, but apologize about that. He was in the middle of a lot of travel during that time, so he just forgot, basically. But for all those who want to take part in that, just PM me your answers on the Bursa and the Eagle if you want to on Facebook, and I'll make sure we get a winner out of that. And then Strike Industries, and I'm pretty sure they've got theirs posted. All right, so yes, Strike does have the episode posted on their Facebook page, and it looks like we've only got like 2 people so far that have taken part in that one. Now, they didn't pin it to the top of their page. I'll ask them to, but I don't know if they will or not. They make posts quite frequently, so I don't know that they're going to want to post it to the top. But just scroll down and you'll see the Talking Lead episode 161 with the big crowd of people, and it's got Garrett, the owner of Strike, in the picture with our guests that were on the show that week, also with their faces blotted out because they're secret squirrels. They think they are. Just kidding, AK. But it's TLP 161, and they've got they're actually giving away 2 prizes. There's 2 trivia questions to that related to their videos. Some really cool prizes they're putting up. They're putting up like an accessory package, and I can't remember what the other one is right off, but just listen to episode 161. You'll find out what that is and how to win that. That's still available. We're going to keep that going, and good luck on that. But there's only a couple people that have done that one so far, so your chances are pretty good, looking pretty good right now. We'll give you another week or so on that one. And no trivia question this week. So let's get caught up on these, and then we might circle back with Matt and see if he might want to do something.
We'll do something
in a future episode.
I'm working on. Like I said, man, I get to work with a lot of cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Matt McDade from Section 1776. He's a Marine Corps sniper, or former Marine Corps sniper.
Yeah.
I'm wearing his gear now.
Is that what that shirt is you got on?
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering what that was. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah. You'll see. John Willis wears these. He wears the black ones.
Mm-hmm.
John and his black and red. I got him hooked up with a few more when I went out there last time. But between Matt McDade and Mike at Blown Deadline, I'm sure that I'll come up with something cool.
That's cool. No problem.
Mike's doing. You saw that line of Star Wars beads I've got.
Yeah, those were cool too.
Mike is doing. Blown Deadline is doing Cerakote on. He did a Darth Vader. The Stormtroopers came out. Oh my God, they were so cool. I had special prices on everything for the party, and everything just flew off.
No doubt.
I tried to keep one of everything so I could sell them later on, so everybody else could get a chance to see them. But
yeah,
he's doing a bunch of stuff, man. So I get to work with all kinds of cool people. I've met some huge names in this industry, and I kind of came out of left field. And it all started with, hey, can you make a monkey's fist? I realize how fortunate I am to be in the position I'm at. I mean, this isn't, it's not my day job. I work for years. I run paint systems and stuff. But in my free time working with, doing this stuff, it's fun. I mean, some of it's work.
Absolutely.
But,
cool. That's what this show is all about. This ain't my day job, but
right.
It's something I thoroughly enjoy, and the opportunities that it presents me are, like I said, I'm very appreciative and grateful that we're able to do this. Now, speaking of projects, you've got another project coming up that you can talk a little bit about. That's really cool.
Thank you.
As you wear your Mookie hat.
Yeah, thanks. That's another cool guy I've met. Ben Mookie Thomas.
Yeah.
He's the reason I got that Spikes rifle. I mean, I couldn't have gotten that figured out without him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. I am working with a shop, and we're going to be bringing 50 fixed blade knives to market. They're going to be 2 different blade styles. There are going to be some options as far as grip scales and liners.
Are they going to be, did you say they're fixed
they're
blade?
Fixed blade knives.
Okay.
2 different styles.
Okay.
There are 2 different blade styles. They'll have the same handle configuration.
Mm-hmm.
So just to make things, keep things.
Now, are these going to be like something completely different, like we've never seen before, or?
No, they're not going to be crazy. They're going to be high quality user knives, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make anything that you're not going to use.
Right.
And anything that comes out of my shop that I've made or has my name attached to it, you're going to be able to use this daily and beat the crap out of it. So that's what these knives are going to be. Still some details to get worked out.
Okay.
But we are going to bring some things that you're not used to seeing as far as handle materials maybe, and maybe an overall feel of the knife.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something to keep your eye on, keep your eye out for.
So when can we expect these custom knives from? Is it going to be? Is it under South Paw banner?
It's going to be under the South Paw banner, and as much as I like tying paracord, I am slowly trying to move away from doing, the monkey's fist and some of the other stuff. Maybe stick to the knife lanyards a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got brass bottle openers and beads and whatever. But the paracord takes up, to do a quality job on something, you got to put in time with it, and
right.
it eats up a ton of time. So I'm moving into some other things, and it's cool. It's fun. It's exciting. I'm thinking probably November
Sometime around November. Okay, December. Yep. Well, you need to get back on before the release, and we'll do a special announcement here on Talking Lead.
Man. Let's do that. Absolutely.
Heck absolutely. Yeah. But you're doing it's a limited. There's only 50, so you'll probably already have those sold before you even get them out. They'll probably be spoken for already.
I'm not taking pre-orders on it. Not at the moment.
Yeah, you are. You're taking mine.
That's different.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When the time gets a little closer, I'll let everybody know, and I will, I'll do pre-orders. But
and then depending on how successful you are with this, there may be another run, right?
Oh, no, there will definitely be another run.
Gotcha.
I've always loved knives. It's something I can get into. It's, all my stuff is geared towards, the regular dude putting in 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week at his day job that wants to have cool quality gear, but, he doesn't want to rob the kids' college fund.
Yeah.
I could charge I know I could charge a lot more for the stuff that I make, but I don't have to. Because I get the stuff that I'm using directly from the dude that's making it. I get it a little bit cheaper. I can put it out there a little bit cheaper. So I'm trying to do that.
Still quality stuff.
Right. So
awesome.
I get to put more stuff out there for more dudes to have cool stuff. And I think it's important for every guy that's got, he's got his pocket knife or he's got whatever he's, got EDC, that it's something that he's proud of. You can put a couple extra bucks into a knife lanyard. Or, you can spend $400 on a bead. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah. No, I would never do that. I'm not going to spend that much on a bead.
no, I probably wouldn't either. But,
now you could get with this $3 million meth dealer and you could make meth beads and you could probably sell them for,
Hey, why not?
Yeah. Well, because it's illegal for one. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking around November. That's what we're aiming for.
Well, we'll keep the lead heads posted on that. Definitely.
Yes, we'll do.
All right, Matt. We greatly appreciate you being on the show, buddy.
Yeah, man. I've had a great time.
We'll have to
out down south and hang out with you guys some more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're welcome anytime. And we'll get we'll be continuing our knife episodes. Like I said, I made a lot of good contacts there at Blade and some of the bigger name knife companies. We're going to be having them on. Made good connections with the guys over at Boker. Is that how you say it? Boker Knives?
Boker, yeah.
Yeah, Boker. And, of course, the Zombie Tool guys. Medford, he seemed very interested in being on. And there were a couple others. So I've got to go through, rekindle those connections, and we'll be getting some of those guys on.
Was there anything there that you saw that was like, oh, this is a new thing to me? And
well, it was all kind of new because knives are, I don't know that much about knives, so I was just kind of just taking it all in while I was there, just walking around, introducing myself to people. I don't know the metals, and I don't know what.
As much as I like knives,
this one's good for sharpening, this one's good for cut. I don't know that stuff yet, but that's what we're going to learn. That's the purpose.
I don't
of
either,
doing
man. I'm not a knife. Yeah. I guess a knife geek as far as knowing the metallurgy and stuff.
It's kind of like you stated off air, and Ben Mookie stated this before. Is like I'm a gun guy. I like guns. You put a gun in my hand, I know how to use it, know how to operate it. But you get into why this does what it does, and this metal's used over this metal, and I don't know that stuff. If you put a knife in my hand, I know how to gut somebody with it. I can clean a fish. I can clean a fish. I can sharpen a stick, with it, make stuff like that. But
you can, practical use, application with it.
Exactly.
I'm the same way.
But I want to learn more about it. I want to learn about the metals, and I want to learn about the different blade shapes and styles, and all that. So
yeah. I was really impressed with the Southern Grind knives. I don't know if you got a chance to check them out, but
I don't think so. I don't think I saw Southern Grind.
I'm getting a couple of them.
Okay.
We've got a buddy.
Well, you're around knives a lot more than I am. You handle them day in and day out, especially people. Yeah. People trust you with their high-end knives, and they send them to you, and so you get hands-on with them. I'm sure you own.
That's kind of a cool thing, man. I've got a guy that's sending me 2 $1,000 Casey Bradshaw knives. Nice. I finally met this gentleman at Marcus. Uh-huh. I met him in Camden. Marcus Allen, great dude. But I think he was going to send them to me before he even knew me. Yeah, I mean, I've had guys send me $2,000 knives. Hey, do something with this and send it back. I just trust you. Like,
yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Well, it's like one of those things that we were talking about on the show last week, and I guess it was, I don't know if we recorded it or not, but if certain people are involved with other people and, their word, this is a good guy, in this industry, that's what it is. Reputation's everything.
Absolutely.
If you've got the reputation of being a douchebag or a con, or it's going to come out quick, and you're not going to be around much longer. I just saw a video the other day with Doc Larson on. Did you see that video? Some knife guy. I don't know who it was, but some guy sent him a knife. Yeah, I'm not going to, but some guy sent him a knife that he had custom ordered for a veteran friend of his that he was going to give.
Not just any veteran friend.
Right, not just any veteran friend, right. I mean, this was a special thing, and it was an expensive knife. Dude charged him quite a bit. And, Doc sacrificed a lot to be able to get this for this guy made. And basically, the guy sent him a piece of crap that was falling apart right out of the box. Yeah. And it wouldn't cut a freaking piece of butter.
No.
It was that dull. So you're not going to last long if you're doing crappy work. And you've obviously established yourself as one of the good guys. So
I hope so.
Yeah. Well,
I like to think so.
Like you said, you got people sending you $1,000 knives to do work on them. So
yeah.
It's there. The quality's there. The reputation's there. And,
thank you.
You're a solid dude.
Thanks, Marty. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. But real quick, I want to thank our sponsors, Nordic Components. Check them out at nordiccomp.com. They've got the awesome line of ARs that they just released this year. So they're new to the market with their ARs, but they're not new to the AR market. They've been around for decades making components for some of the larger, well-known manufacturers that you guys have used over the years. So it just made sense that they come out with their own line of ARs, and they are solid. Tight tolerances, very accurate, and lightweight. Good-looking rifles. AR rifles that are the NC line, so go to nordiccomp.com, check those out. They've got 22s, they've got 223s, they've got 5.56s, they've got 300 blackouts. You can get them in SBR configurations, and then they've even got longer barrels in the 5.56. You can get up to 18-inch, and they're getting ready to release their 308s. I know I've said it, but it's getting even closer. It's within a couple of weeks now that they're going to have those 308s out. And I'll have one in my hands before long. But they've got, you can get up to 20-inch in the 308, so you can do some really precision shooting with those bad boys. And it's the AR-10 platform for their 308s. So check them out, nordiccomp.com. And make sure you check out Frontier Tactical, our friend Nate Love over there, veteran-owned company with the Warlock system. It's an awesome system. You've heard us talk about it the last couple of shows. We've done some videos on it on our YouTube channel. It's the multi-caliber system where they've got the barrel nut system that you change out in your standard AR, put their system in, and then you're able to just pop the top, the handguard barrel section of your AR, and there's like some ungodly amount of different calibers that you can shoot through the AR platform now just by popping the top, changing the barrel, and if it requires a bolt change, then you change your bolt carrier. Group, but like 80 different calibers and growing that you can switch your AR platform into just by a twist and a pop and pop it on. It's awesome. So go to your local dealer, ask them if they don't have it. They can get in touch with the guys at Frontier Tactical and start carrying those. Cobalt Kinetics. Check out Cobalt Kinetics at cobaltkinetics.com. Check out their 3-gun team, Cobalt Kinetics shooting team. They have the awesome, we're talking about Star Wars and futuristic and Boba Fett and stuff like that. Their ARs are there. For the person who wants the next level in AR performance and platform, you guys got to check out the Cobalt Kinetics. They've got several patented systems that you're not going to find on your standard AR in their AR systems. So check them out. We've got some videos with them. We've got some interviews from our past episodes with Cobalt. We got Jeremy telling us about the system. And they're due to be on again soon, so we'll be having those guys on too, get us caught up on their line of awesome ARs. Multicampattern.com. I told you guys I'm going to be getting them on soon. Talked with Ernesto the other day, and he's definitely down. They've got some new things coming, so he's going to have some some news of some new releases coming from Multicam. And hopefully we'll get a couple of their racers on too. They do a lot of the like cross-country racing, off-road racing type sponsorship stuff. So we'll get them on. We had a couple of their guys on before. We had Jeff on. He's done the Ironman motocross, the Baja 1000. So I don't know if he's done that yet or not this year, but I know he's going to be doing it again. So we'll get an update on that too. X Steel Targets. Make sure you check out X Steel Targets for all your AR500 steel needs. There's no reason to shoot paper anymore. The affordability of these targets is unreal. I mean, anybody else, you can be paying double for the same quality or less that these guys have, which is high-quality AR500 steel targets. And they've got just about any kind of target that you can think of. They've got the little smaller, like 6-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, up to as big as you want. They can custom make your targets, and they can cut them into shapes of animals and, whatever you want. So check out xsteeltargets.com.
X Steel Targets.
I got to write that one down. I need to check them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, their targets are awesome. They've got the Texas trees, and they've got the dueling trees. They got all the cool stuff.
That'd be cool to have a couple of those to have around, after the CPO class is over with,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then use some of that frangible ammo from Team Never Quit.
Yeah, there you go.
They were telling us about it in the last episode. Team Never Quit has this frangible ammo, and the benefits of shooting the frangible ammo on the steel targets is you're not getting the ricochet. I mean, you still get the blowback, but it's like fine powdered dust when it comes back.
All I want to hear is that ping, man.
Yeah, you still get the ping, you still get the instant recognition with the frangible ammo.
The heavenly sound.
Check them out at Team Never Quit. And VFOB, you can go to VFOB also. Check out that ammo. And the Talking Lead big giveaway that we had, of course, it's over now. Later this month, we're going to be announcing the winners, probably toward the end of the month. And I want to thank all the sponsors for that. Dipstick Coatings, Nordic Components, Cobalt, Palmetto State Armory, Atlas Defense, Glock. Look to be doing a lot more with Glock also. They're one of our unofficial sponsors. Colt, Cantu Bruner, put up one of his awesome brass pins. CAA, check them out, CAAGearUp.com. Apex Tactical, Devil Dog Concepts, Tactical Walls, Keltec, and 1776 United. 1776united.com. Of course, that's where you guys can go and get your awesome Talking Lead t-shirts. They're the most comfortable t-shirts you will ever put against your wherever you choose to put it. It's that soft, baby.
Nice.
Yeah. But Matt, again, thank you so much for being on. Check Matt out on Facebook and on Instagram under South Paw Knots.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
They can just PM you with any ideas that they have or requests that they have.
We can work something out.
And make sure you let him know that you're a lead head. He may give you a little special something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We can do that.
We can do something like that. And as always, lead heads, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms closer.
And your South Paw Knots tighter. Bam. Because I got high. And then I got high.